Growing up, just imagine you are in a classroom and for some reasons you don't have a pen, you don't have a book, you don't have crayons, and you decided to borrow these items from your classmates. From one person, you borrowed a pen or a pencil, from another, you borrowed a book, and from another, you borrowed a crayon. And this happened on Monday. You promised to pay them back by Friday. And unfortunately, on Thursday, you got robbed. Maybe in your bag, someone came and stole all these items. Meaning that on Friday, you have nothing to pay. You have nothing to return back to the owners. So on Friday, your classmates, these friends of yours that did you well by lending those items to you, come looking for their items. And you have nothing to give them. This particular situation is what leads to what we call bankruptcy in business. And that's what we want to discuss today. The term bankruptcy has so much been misunderstood by a lot of people. Whenever we hear the word bankruptcy, that a company has gone bankrupt, we think that the company has closed down. Yes, that used to be before in the ancient time. In those days, let's assume with the analogy I just cited now with a schoolboy who borrowed items from their classmates. If in the ancient time, what they would do is, the boy faces certain charges like imprisonment, forced labor, or even possibly sold into slavery, just as to make sure that those loans are repaid back to the those that credited him. So, but in our modern times, it is possible doing that. The government has understand that, using placing those kind of punishments on the person is in a way affecting the economy at large. So as a result, they have decided to modify the laws. In modern time, what we now have is a situation whereby in the classroom, that's some analogy, the boy reports himself to the teacher, knowing that there is danger coming. If he doesn't pay back these items, it's possible that these friends or classmates are going to come dragging his shoes or his clothes or his school bag, leaving him with nothing. Of course, if he's naked, he's not going to be allowed to stay in the school, and that is the closure of business in a sense. So what the smartest move he may have to take is to go and report himself to the teacher, and then the teacher will now think of a way to fairly get these people to have their items back. So what could happen is possible the teacher can call the attention of the parents of the boy to the case, and in that instance, the parents might help to repay, or some of this the boys might have to want to have some more patience to give the guy, okay, take another by this time next week or in the next 2 weeks, try to repay me back, right? This is exactly what happens during a bank when a company goes bankrupt in our modern time. There are different kinds of bankrupt laws, but particularly one I'm interested in is Chapter 11 bankrupt protection, and this is very much popular in most countries anyway, especially US, a country like Nigeria. Yes, so if a business, whenever you hear that the company has filed for bankrupt, it simply means they are trying to protect themselves, trying to get themselves to the point that they can, to a place where they can, restructure the company, restructure their finances, restructure their strategies before going out again to the market. And in some cases, why this during this period, one of the things the company does is to also liquidate all their assets, but to sell them off to other companies and any other person who may be interested to buy. By so doing, they may get more funds to push back to business. So in a sense, bankruptcy is another way of protecting a company. So whenever you hear that the company has gone bankrupt, it doesn't mean that they don't have money at all. It simply means that they don't have enough to take care of their needs. They don't have enough to keep up to their promises. But not that they don't have money. But the question is bankrupt, going bankrupt, is it good for a company? The answer is no, because it has so many dangers has so many ways of affecting the company negatively than it is a great than the beneficial aspects of the entire situation. So this is to help you understand clearly what bankruptcy actually is. We should stop thinking that it's all about the company going down. There are many cases where bankruptcy, filing for bankruptcy, especially Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, has helped companies recover than it has helped them to go down completely. If you find this very interesting, I would encourage you to share this information to your friends. And as a way of supporting us, I would encourage you to subscribe or hit the follow button on this page to get more information whenever we update them. This is very much helpful to us. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. Remember that this is bandaging and this is the oxygen for business growth. Cheers.